Now, yet another use of masks is in this portrait session of Laura, and what I've done is a little bit of skin treatment on her, and I've applied that to this layer number one, this center layer here. And so what I want to do is blend this layer, the top layer, and I'll let you take a look at that, with what's underneath. Both are undesirable, and yet this one is too much. So where I want to end up is somewhere in the middle ground between the severity of this kind of adjustment on her skin and reality, which I want to smooth out just a little bit. So we'll do that with a mask, and again we'll come to the bottom of the layers palette, click on the rectangle with the hole in it, and you see a mask has been established. We'll go get our paintbrush, or just our brush, make sure it has a black chosen, which it does, and then we're going to come way smaller on our brush by hitting the left bracket key, and the opacity is going to be set way down 10% rather. And I want to zoom in on this just a bit because I'm going to be getting into some tight places. So let's come in just a bit more. There we go. And now we just start painting, and we can gradually see the skin improve. And what we don't want is to get away from reality, but by the same token we do want to smooth some features of her skin out. We do it just gradually, and you can just barely see some of that stuff starting to go away, and that's how you do it. You blend it in gradually. Now, the blur that I used on this center layer was what's known as surface blur, and it does a great job of putting blur on images with contiguous skin tones, and it leaves sharp contrasting areas like eyes completely alone, so it's very easy to use. We're just painting in. And one way to be able to see a little better as to where you've been and where you haven't been on the skin is to simply make these two layers down here invisible, and then I'm just getting the checkerboard. But I can see where I need to go to get an even application of the skin treatment. See, I didn't have anything down here. There was nothing here. I want to get close to the lips. I don't want to cover the lips, so I want the lips to remain sharp and clear. Same for the nostril. Come to the tip, just don't get the nostril. Eyebrows you kind of want to leave alone, although I did go in there just a bit. In fact, let's go correct that, which is one of the values of having a mask. I can go back in and paint this over because I went too far in there with the eyebrow. Okay, let's go back down to where I was, about 10%, and we'll come back and return the black tip and keep going. And I think that's going to be about where we want to be on this. And now let's return the visibility of the center layer. And I'm liking that about right. That's about got it. And notice we just very, very barely erased part of this mask, but it was enough to give us a real improvement in Laura's skin, yet still maintaining skin texture, but you know, just kind of just making her natural look as good as it can look. And there's nothing wrong with that. So there you have it. Yet another way to use masks in Photoshop CS6.